Since the fire drill kind of cut us short with some sample problems, I'm going to do a couple so you can kind of see how this works out. So I'm just going to jump around. By any means, you can kind of fast forward and just hit pause to see if you get the problem right, or you can listen to my explanation. So let's look at number one first. Let's zoom in here. All right, so I have 4y to the fourth over 2x squared y to the 3. So you want to take your coefficients and you want to simplify them out the way you would normally simplify a fraction. So 4 over 2 would simplify to 2 over 1. I don't need to write the 1 underneath. You can if you'd like. So x squared has nobody to cancel out with. So x squared has to stay in the denominator. So we have y to the fourth upstairs, y to the third, so same bases, and we're going to subtract. 4 minus 3 is 1. And we have more up top, so that's why it stays there. We don't really need to write y to the first, so I should really have written my problem like that would be more simplified. Let's jump down to 2. So a to the third doesn't have anybody, so to cancel out, he's going to stay in the numerator. B to the fourth, B to the third, 4 minus 3 is 1, and since it's positive 1 and there's more up top, I'm going to stay up there. I can write that over 1, or really I can just write my answer like that. Let's go down to 4. So 3 over 2, can't simplify at all. So I got to stay in fraction form. So I have a to the fourth and I have a to the first. 4 minus 1 is 3, so 3 stays up. I have b to the fourth and b, 4 minus 1 is 3. And there it is. If you wanted to write it a little neater, you could just kind of write it like this. But it doesn't really matter. Let's jump over here. So 2 fourths would simplify to 1 half. Remember, the 1 in the numerator you definitely would need to keep. Anything to the 0 power is 1. So that's going to just kind of cancel out. And then we have u squared, v squared. Again, I could rewrite it with a 1 over top, but that's all right. We don't really need to do that. Let's go to 11. So 3 over 2, nothing really cancels out, or simplifies, I should say. So we have a to the third. Oh, he's going to stay up top. I don't have any a's to cancel out. I have 2 up top and 4 at the bottom. So 2 minus 4 is negative 2, but we're just going to write it with 2 there. The reason why, if I wanted to write it out, 2 b's up top, 4 at the bottom, and when I cancel out, I'm left with 2 at the bottom. We want to write with positive exponents is our name of the game, and we'll kind of start with that tomorrow. And c to the fourth, there's no one to combine, so I'm just going to leave it c to the fourth power there. All right, let's go over to 12. So 3 over 2, fortunately nothing to simplify out. Now everything's kind of messed up here, so we have to really be careful. So I'm going to look at my x's first. I have x to the third minus x to the third. So 3 minus 3 is 0. Anything to the 0 power is 1. So x's are going to go away. I don't need these x's anymore. All right, next in the alphabet comes y. I have y to the first, and I have y to the fourth. So again, if we wanted to see that out, I have 1y up top, 4 at the bottom, so they're going to cancel out. I'm going to have 3 in the denominator. So there's my y's. Normally when they're really long, I like to kind of cancel them out as I go. So I make sure I have them. All right, we have 2 z's up top, 4 at the bottom. So again, if I wanted to see this out, I can write z times z, and z, c, 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 and then canceling it out. And that's why I know I have 2 at the bottom. So it cancels out to that. All right, let's jump down to 19. So 5 over 5 is going to equal 1. I can write that if I want. I don't really need to, so I'm not going to have to. All right, p to the third power. There's no one to cancel out the p too, so he's going to stay in the numerator. All right, we have 5 q's upstairs, 4 q's downstairs. 5 minus 4 is 1. So I'm going to do q. You could write a 1 there. You don't have to. And I have r squared and r squared at the bottom. So those two cancel out, remember, so that would really turn to r 0, and anything to 0 power equals 1. So the whole big thing just goes down to that guy. And I'll do 20, last one. So I'm going to simplify 2/4 as 1/2. 3 up top, 5 at the bottom, so I have a difference of 2 at the bottom after I cancel out. I have 3 up top and 3 at the bottom, so those cancel out to nothing. And then I have 4 up top and 5 at the bottom, so I would just have 1 at the bottom. All right, and that's pretty much it. So tomorrow we're going to practice the quotient and play a little bingo to review.